Hi, I'm Kevin,
And I'm Amanda.
and we are serving up
All that jam.
All That Jam, Quick Hit. Jessie Miller on how he approaches Octave Cat.
let's jump back into Octave Cat for a little bit. You have the extended jams, you have the improvisational sections in the live shows. What is the key to maintaining cohesion and communication during those moments?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's just what we tend to do. I don't think I don't think anyone's trying to go too far away from the songs when we improvise. So, there's always ideas of what like what direction it should go. Like this should be something that's like dancey, or eventually there should be this like solo that kind of finishes it off. But yeah, I'd say with Octave Cat, it's like a little bit more contained than something like Lotus, where we're doing a lot of like segues and these more like more drawn out improvisations.
Let me get a little deeper. How do you balance keeping your individual style and vision for what a song is in check with what is actually happening around you?
I mean, sometimes that's just talking it out, like after the show, saying like, "Yo, maybe don't take it into this kind of beat," or let's like, I think it would be better if we try to go this kind of direction. So, yeah, I think it's just like working out some ideas and either in rehearsals or at shows. Um, yeah, because sometimes you play an improvisation and it goes amazingly well, and sometimes it doesn't seem to have the kind of like arc that you're hoping for. So, um, some of that is just stumbling upon it at times, but other times it's just having kind of a plan at the outset of where you want something to go, so everybody is kind of has the same kind of star that they're looking at.
I think we've heard that before too, right, Kev? Like you kind of know where you're going to get to eventually, and then that beautiful space in the middle is where you can really let some things go. But I would imagine that over time, as you've played, with Octave Cat, that internal like trust factor grows, and you're able to probably anticipate a little bit more what might happen. We've had people tell us that that actually makes them more confident to play less
Mhm.
versus really trying to get out there and go all out right immediately. Do you feel like your style has changed over the years in terms of just how much you play, how many notes, how that style comes through?
I mean, I've always had somewhat of a minimalist approach. So I love breakdowns. I mean, even with like three people, sometimes it seems like too much. So um, yeah, I encourage people when they're improvising to just like stop like whenever seems right. Yeah, I especially love a lot of times I think in terms of like dance music when I'm improvising or writing, and um, usually what really gets like a dance floor going is like a really good breakdown, and when it comes back. So if you don't have that cut, it doesn't come back the same way. If everything's just going and constantly going up, it doesn't have the same energy as something that's going up and then stops
Mhm.
and then comes back again. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm all about that kind of stuff.
I think I saw this summer, it might have been on your Facebook page, you all had broken down Vader, kind of talking about the different components of it. And I remember Charlie saying, it's four on the floor, and like, yeah, that's simple, right? But you have to, like, when you get it, and you have to really make sure that it's effective, even for something that everybody knows, and loves. And I like the way he kind of described how he tries to, get into that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, definitely. And I think those are kind of things too. Like the more you play together, the more you get a sense of um, where people are trying to phrase and how to really like build dynamics as a group in a coherent way.
Who writes the set list?
Um, Me and Eli have been working on them, and then we all kind of pitch in with ideas. It's always funny to hear from different musicians like why two songs shouldn't be played back to back. Like someone will be like, "Oh, these are both in the same key." I'm like, "Well, that's fine with me," but or other people will be like, "Oh, this beat is too similar or something." So yeah, it's like sometimes it's like just putting together a set list is a interesting way to understand how other people think about music.
You have a smaller pool of songs with Octave Cat than Lotus, obviously.
Yeah.
How does that affect building a set list? Do you have certain songs you know are openers, closers?
Yeah, definitely. And I think like just because we haven't played that many Octave Cat shows, my tendency is to just let's like lean heavily on our what we think is just currently our best material.
Your
And
hits?
it's like yeah, exactly. It's not like some of these Lotus fans who have seen 100, 150 shows are like, oh, that song again. Like we've only played some of these songs, like 15, 20 times at the most. So yeah, I don't mind playing some of the same songs like several nights in a row.
With Lotus, who writes the set list?
That's Luke.
Does he have a
Yeah.
spreadsheet?
He's got a lot of forms that he uses. He's got a whole process.
Oh, cool.
We've talked to Matt Bush and other people, and we always laugh whether they have spreadsheets or not. Somebody told us once they have a pile of papers. They still have all their handwritten stuff, and they write everything by hand.
Yeah, I mean we have like a database of like the songs with tempos, keys, like styles, and then we're always referencing like what did we play the night before, what did we play last time we were in the town, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's like I mean, someone should write some kind of bit of software that automates some of that for you. But as of right now, it's all just.
You'd be giving jam band fans something else to complain about if you did that.
What are you talking about? Nobody ever gets critical.
All right. Do you feel like there's a progression with Octave Cat since the first album and through the last one?
Yeah, I think quite a bit. I mean, I think you can hear some of the elements from our earliest stuff through now, and I think that's kind of why we continued it. That like early on, there was really this kind of like unique voice, and it was pretty different than what we were doing with like Lotus or Dopapod. But it was like not so far outside that it was something that we could comfortably do. So yeah, but I would say yeah, actually on like both sides, I think we're more comfortable, especially on the latest album, just like really stripping it down to the like trio sound, but then also going further in on some of the synth kind of stuff. Like we definitely did a few on like our second album, Refract. We did a few pretty like synth heavy tracks, but on Spreads the Tour, I think there's like a really nice balance where it's like, yeah, I don't know, all those. It doesn't feel like these like hard shifts to me, even though like texturally they are like pretty big throughout the album.
If you are enjoying All That Jam, please like and subscribe to our social media channels at All That Jam Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or visit our website, allthatjampod.com. Make sure to sign up for our email list and tune in every week for new episodes.
Also, look for full interviews on our YouTube channel. And remember, stay beautiful, but don't stay underground too long.